Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Solo Leveling Volume 3. Pretty awesome series, I gotta admit. I'm loving this series. So, the original story is by Chugong, translation Hye Young Im, rewrite by Jake Torres, lettering by Abigail Blackman. So Solo Leveling. So the Solo Leveling is about this guy named Jinwoo, and he winds up going on a dungeon run. Like, dungeon runs are an actual thing you can do for a living. And the dungeon exploration or run, like, they go to try to close it, and it's all kind of done by levels, and he's supposed to be, like, the worst dungeon hunter there is. Like, super low level, just not good at what he does. So this is the first volume. He winds up dying in that, and then, like, coming back as a reawakened. So he's kind of, like, brought back to life. But the thing is, he's got this kind of like a HUD display now that's very video game-like, where he can up his abilities, and he sees his level progressions. He's got weapons he can get and spells and all that cool stuff. So very kind of like video game, but real life. So the second volume is him kind of leveling up and figuring out this new world and all that. So this is the third volume. He has drastically changed since the first volume in look and everything, which is really cool. That it's aspect that's emphasized in this volume. And he is reunited with some of the people that survived on the double dungeon massacre, as it's known, where he wound up like dying and coming back. And they've noticed that he has changed since then. So the big thing is Jinwoo has been hiding the fact that he has these abilities, that he's reawakened, that he has like a hidden ranking, that he's way more powerful than they thought. And they wind up in at least the first story going on a dungeon run with a bunch of prisoners and a minder, and the minder winds up like going crazy. So this third volume is all about Jinwoo kind of accepting his role and in a way being corrupted by it. We see him slowly changing and kind of becoming evil in a lot of ways. As he like levels up and gains power and gains abilities and just slowly kind of like gets into his position and new role. It's really interesting and you know, it's gonna be fascinating to see where he goes. You know, the action in this is fantastic. I think the art's really solid. There's some great moments of just like action adventure. I think overall the progression and like the solo leveling is done really well. I think what's really cool and what's great about this series is that Jinwoo doesn't know what's going on. Like, he's learning, which forces us to learn, and he like outright speaks of like, oh hey, if I do this, then this will happen. We get to see this logical progression as he kind of works through his new role and his new abilities. And to me, I think that's one of the highlights of the series, is that it really emphasizes that this is a guy who has no idea what's going on, who has no idea his abilities, who has no idea what he's able to do and like what role he's been thrown into. And he's learning, and he's being very vocal to us, the reader, as to what he's learning. This isn't one where like, you know, oh, he just battles and defeats the bad guys and he levels up. Like, we see that in a lot of other stuff. This, he actually thinks of like, okay, you know, this isn't working the way I thought it would. You know, I'm defeating the enemies, but there's more enemies coming. Like, what do I do? Like, clearly I'm not thinking about something. You know, what do I have to do to defeat this level in this dungeon? And we get to see that progression, and like as he learns, we learn, and I think it's really cool, and it's something that's very different from the other manga, manhwa that, you know, I've been reading. So I think that's something that really stands out about the series. The art, I think, is awesome. It's so good. We get cool moments where, you know, you get to see like level ups and items. It highlights that. We get, you know, solid kind of, I'll call like a manga, you know, typical that sort of style. And then, you know, you get just simple moments of, you know, where we get to have the characters interact and kind of, you know, get to know each other or deal with each other. I mean, just overall, it's just really cool art in this. Lots of action. A lot of what I'll call kind of that, like, typical manga style with, like, that over-exaggerated positions and action. And it works really well. Like, if you're into the idea of dungeon crawling, you gotta get this. It's so good. It's awesome. Published by Yen Press, out now. Highly recommend. I highly recommend this entire series. There's also a light novel. Don't know anything about the novel, but I'm suggesting this. As I said, out now in comic shops, you can get it. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links. There'll be affiliate links, so we get a small percentage by doing that to support our site. So thank you. Just watching, you support us, so thank you for that. If you're into manhwa, if you're into manga, if you're into comics, graphic novels, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.